Salvete discipuli. Okay, this is your verb review for present, imperfect, perfect, and pluperfect tenses. And I'm sorry, guys, but I'm going to tell you right now, this video is not going to be too exciting. So you need to stay with it and take notes quickly. Just a review, pause, take this note. Remember that verbs have 4 parts, and every single one of them in the dictionary that's not irregular should look like this, and each part translates accordingly. Here's another version of the translation. There are conjugations of verbs. Remember, conjugations are simply families. It's a way that we classify them and group them together. First, second, third, IO, and fourth. The markers for these are how to recognize these. First has an A in the infinitive before the RE. Second has an EO and a long ERE in the infinitive. Third just has an ERE. It's a short one. So it's ducere rather than ducere. Third IO isn't really considered a separate one, really, right? There are 5 here. But they do make a distinction because it has that short ERE, and then it's also got an IO in the first part. Fourth always has an I before the RE in the infinitive. So why do we need to know this? Well, we need to know it because when we conjugate, it changes the way things are spelled, and hence what tense it could be. Properties. I'll list these out for you. There are 5 properties of verbs. Person, remember that's first, second, or third who is doing the action. I, we. Second is you. Third, he, she, it, and they. Numbers, how many people, singular, plural. Tense is when it happened, which is what is the focus of this video. Mood, that's like whether something is a command, right, imperative, whether it's a statement or normal question, indicative, or whether it's a wish or something that's hypothetical. And that's going to be what's called subjunctive. Voice is active or passive. Does the subject do the action? We'll learn more about this later. So we know imperative and indicative. Imperative are our commands. Like ambulate would say walk. Indicative are statements such as ambulat, he walks, she walks, it walks. We have present tense, which is happening now. Perfect tense, which happened in the past, but is completed. It's perfect, and it often happened only once. Imperfect tense, remember the difference is it's continuous, repeated, or incomplete past action. And then pluperfect tense is going to be happening in the past as well, but before those other past actions. The key word for pluperfect is had. It always uses had. I had walked to the store. So what tenses are these things? Unicorns have attacked the school. Well, when we look at have, that's actually perfect tense. Velociraptors were chasing the students all day. We look at were chasing, that's going to be imperfect tense. Mr. Ryan captures the raptors and unicorns. We are safe. Captures are present, right? Happening now. Cincinnatus had saved us all that day. There's had, so pluperfect. I save us today, happening now, present. The wildebeest used to trample the halls. Used to trample. It's another imperfect. Remember, imperfect has several ways. Let's look at the ways to translate these, how we know what tense they are. So there are 3 ways to translate present tense. I'm going to use prepare as my basic verb for all of these. So if I see the word paro, there are 3 ways I can translate that in English. It can say I prepare, I am preparing, or I do prepare. If I saw parat, it could be he prepares, he is preparing, he does prepare, etc. Imperfect has 5 common translations. So if I saw parabom, Then I could say I prepared, I was preparing, I used to prepare, I kept on preparing, I began to prepare. It has more really, but these are the 5 I expect you to know. Usually the best one is this option. Perfect tense. So if I saw parawi, it can say I prepared, I have prepared, or I did prepare. Pluperfect tense. If I saw parawerom, I had prepared. That's it. You have one option for pluperfect. Done. Endings and conjugating. So let's go ahead and go through and look at some examples for these. We'll keep with prepare since it's the verb that we've been using. And it is a first conjugation because it's parare. So anytime I do present tense, the first word in the dictionary is always the first word, so it's paro. Then I need to go to the second part, chop off the re, and I'm left with my stem. And I'm going to add endings to that. So para is the stem throughout. And it's O-S-T, M-U-S-T, I-S, and T, present tense. Present tense, right? So that works for first, second, and fourth conjugations. But third is weird. So third and third IO are strange. The stem vowel changes. So a third would be like duco, ducere. So I lead would be duco. And there's an E there. It's ducere, but it changes to an I. So it becomes ducis, ducit, ducimus, ducitis, and then the last one becomes a U, so it's ducunt. If it's a third IO, like copio, capere, then we have a similar issue. It's going to all have I's. It's going to be copio, capis, capit, capimus, capitis, but both third IO and fourth, when they get here, have an IU. So that is where fourth is weird. And then they have I's throughout. So that's present tense. Not too terrible. Let's look at imperfect tense. Imperfect tense also uses the second part of the verb. So it does this for every conjugation. So with parare, we go to the second part, chop off the re. And it adds bomb, boss, spot, bomb, spot, spont. So it's parabom, parabos, parabot. Sorry guys. Parabomus, parabitis, and parabont. Parabotus, sorry. There you go. Okay, so notice it's the same endings as present tense, except the first one, M. And then we have ST, MUS, TIS, and T, and we have BAS in front of it. First conjugation does this. Normal, just chop off the RE and go. Second conjugation, third conjugation are all normal. All you do is have to chop off the RE and add bomb, spot, spont. For third IO and fourth, they're going to look like this. And I'm going to use dormio as my example. For third IO and fourth, they both have IEs. So it's dormier bomb, dormier boss, dormier bot, dormier bomus, dormier botis, and dormi a bont. So first, second, and third, chop off the RE and go. Third, ion, fourth, IE, and then bomb, spot, spot. Perfect tense is really awesome because perfect is always perfect. So I'm only going to show you paro as the example. You always go to the third part of the verb, which in paro's case is parawi. And you get rid of the I and add your endings. So it becomes parawi, parawisti, parawit, parawimus, parawistis, and parawerunt. Now the third parts of verbs are always different. They do not always have a V. But when you're conjugating it in the perfect tense, it is always perfect. So you just go to that third part, chop it off, and add E, C, it, M, assist to say, run. Oh, you guys can't wait to hear the songs, I know. Okay, last is pluperfect, the one we translate as had, and it's also always made the same way. You go to that third part of the verb again, and you chop off the I. You add eram, eras, erat, eramus, eratus, erant. So paraweram, paraweros, parawerat, paraweramus, paraweratis, and parawerant with an A. And that's pluperfect for all your verbs. Alright guys, that covers regular verbs. We'll have irregular verbs in the next one. Walete, catch you on the flip side.